90% of women do not fall into that space of deserving the kind of man that will protect and provide on that level. You might get the guy who will take you to a fancy restaurant. You might get the guy who will throw you $200-$300, but he's not gonna spend 20 bands to build your business because you're just not that bitch. First of all, you don't have a business. You don't even mind your business. All men are tricks, right? They're going to spend their money. Either he's gonna decide how he spends it, or you're gonna decide how you invest it. Like, I'm tired of taking care of you. I'm tired of paying these bills. I'm tired of providing for the children. I am the man. Just give me the strap.
Welcome back, everybody, to In at the Table. This is your boy, Rico Hundo, and we got a spicy topic for you today, and I can't wait to get into it. But before I do that, we got a dope guest that I want to introduce, Coach Lee, but go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you. I'm Coach Lee, Sweet to Elite on all platforms. I am a hypergamous and lifestyle dating coach. I help single ladies meet rich men and build their business with his wallet.
I don't like this. I thought I liked you a lot. Get the robe.
You told me to hold the tea until it was
Okay,
tea time.
hold on. What?
Yeah, no, for real.
He said build a business with his wallet.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, because y'all are going to spend money. Men are tricks. They're going to spend money anyway.
Not all men.
They love to do
all men are going to spend money.
Okay,
Courtship
girl,
costs.
Well, I think...
When's the last time you had a girlfriend for free?
All my life, man.
Stop it.
I swear.
You do nothing with your girlfriends. You take them nowhere. You buy them nothing.
No.
You don't feed them.
But to me, free...
Drink spit.
Free is called balanced zeros, right? So if I go ahead and I invest, $1,000 on this dinner, then
She's a fucking fool if she lets you spend $1,000 on dinner.
Well, I'm just saying, no, 1,000 on dinner.
Okay,
like
on
in general.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could be like 4 dinners, but you better believe that I always level the playing field.
Right. So you want return on investment.
I get ROIs every single time.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
Yeah,
I am the captain of ROI.
So then
not just for women, but for men. See, the men that I work with, or not work with, work through, is they are really big on ROI. And unless
They're
you
smart.
have a woman like myself, you don't get ROI. ROI doesn't happen unless you understand what that actually means. And it's not time and money exchange. It's not intimacy and income exchange. It's, like you said, a balance.
And we call that a break-even year. And every year I break even. There's never a year I'm in the negatives.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
With my girl, with my occupation. Because here's the thing. In my opinion, as a man, the reason why you have bitter men and just hostile, angry men towards women is because they've always left the year in the negatives. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or the relationship.
Absolutely. So it's fair for you to say that from a man's perspective. Then it's fair for me to say women should never walk away from any relationship with a wet pussy and a dry purse.
Sense to me.
It does make sense.
It does.
Because then she better been bringing a lot of money to the table because it has to be one or the other. Like you got to be giving
or
something.
using your money that you're gonna spend on 4 dinners, right? You know what $1,000 can build in business. You know what $1,000 can. How much was this mic?
These are about $1,000.
Okay, so now
dinner 1, 2, 3,
and
4.
Exactly. Now you have yourself a platform that you built from his pockets, from money he was going to spend anyway, right? How you spend your money is different than how I invest it.
Sometimes.
Always.
Well, I'm not going to say
the
you.
women I work with.
I'm going to say, I'm not going to say you. I was just saying.
Get you a one of me.
Yeah.
I got thousands of them all over the globe.
Here's the thing.
Okay, I'm putting you in my pocket. You can come with
Girl,
me.
you ain't got no pockets. Where else you putting me?
Amanda, give her your brain. Let's start there. All right, but
That damn turtleneck. It's tight.
I know. He's hot.
I'm hot and delusional.
He's getting
He
hot
is
Hold on.
already.
Hold on, guys.
his brains.
Let me dab my forehead. But no, I see. The thing is, I want to say that I actually 1,000% agree with you. However, I just don't like your word choice. But it doesn't matter about the word
Clever
choice.
marketing, friend.
Yeah, hey, listen, I ain't mad at it. Go ROI.
You know what I'm saying?
ROI.
Yeah.
Listen, that's why, you know what I'm saying? Look, that's why I'm Big Pimp, because all of my my years are great. Okay.
You know what I find really funny is that the way that my brain operates and the way that I speak is it's not that it's masculine, but it's so relatable to you that you've dabbed me twice.
Well, I dabbed you twice.
You didn't
because-
get this.
Uh-huh.
Well,
You know what? But
Don't
I
be-
love
don't
that
do that.
because that sets the precedent of how men react and respond to me. They put me on a level of a playing field with them. It's a respect thing. So instead of you approaching, right, this way, we signed agreements, right? Approaching this way.
You did. I didn't.
You didn't sign anything? You see me on the same playing field as you. So I have the upper advantage because now women are so concerned with like being masculine and being looked at as like a homeboy or on the same level, but realistically you want to match that energy so that a man will do for his homeboy what he won't do for his woman. That's a fact. So if I'm now your homeboy,
I'm giving you my mic.
I'm just gonna take 2 mics. So if you see me as that equal, I'm going to be able to determine how you invest your money. You're gonna want to spend it, and I'm going to redirect it back into my account.
Yo, listen, that's called earning, and I'm with all of that.
Oh my God.
I'm with, because here's the thing.
Anybody else in
Oh
love
my
with her
God.
already?
Well, that's because you gotta, just take it to consideration, like there is the other side of the fence, right? And and as a man, that's the ones that, I pretty much talk about a lot and really try to bring awareness to, because a lot of men will go ahead and they don't care about, what she can do until they get tired of doing everything.
Exactly.
And then next thing you know, they're like, oh, she took advantage of me. But I'm like, well, you allowed it, whether it be the way she treated you, whether it be how she looked.
Yes.
You allowed yourself to be taken advantage of because you were never thinking about a girl as an investment. See, me and a lot of people that I've always been surrounded by, we think of every relationship as an investment.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I'm not investing into you if I'm not getting equal out of you.
Absolutely.
It's
this couch right here, right? Like, if I didn't have anything to bring to eat at the table, I wouldn't be able to eat at the table. Right?
Ooh.
Say it again, man.
So
Say it again.
so realistically, if I had nothing to offer, no value, I brought nothing. Women hate when men ask or reference, what do you bring to the table? And it's only because we don't know how to answer that shit. Once you work with me and I teach you how to answer that thing, you never even get asked again. Right? They call you up and they DM you and they say, you have value, come to me. We want you. Right? That's why I land on these incredible podcasts as a girl from a city this big with, what's now 125,000 followers, but which was previously 25,000, before I started hitting sofas. And it's because I have a value and I know how to express that value and I know how to set the expectation for everyone around me, the men included. So I land in spaces like this because I know what the fuck I bring to the table. Can I cuss on the show?
Yeah, we cleared it now.
Okay, all right,
You're
cool.
good. I mean, and I think
Just that axe.
I just had to make sure because, God has already worked on my mind now. He's working on my mouth next.
okay. So, although I love you already, but you know what I'm saying, I want to get into some more
Talk
depth,
to me.
right?
Talk to me.
If you don't mind sharing with us,
Yeah.
what was the the revealing, reflective moment that it really clicked for you to be like, hey, this is the way I believe things should be, or the way I should be, or what I should offer, and what is my
mindset
value.
shift.
Yeah, what was the
Right.
mindset?
So the
Or when was
mindset,
it? What
the
was it?
mindset shift happened for me at 30 years old with 2 kids. Previous relationships were all shit. Offered nothing to me. I really offered nothing to them. Right? It was I was a bum who was broken. I had nothing to my name, a credit score of 420, smoked weed all day, did absolutely nothing with myself. So who wants a woman like that? So I was attracting those kind of men. And I had to realize that you are what you attract. And I was a direct reflection of the people that were being ushered into my space and into my life. So I had to make a decision at 30. I said, plus I also went through, remember when we were talking about the hoe phase and you have it at 21 to 23. I had mine at 30, right? From like 26 to 30. Because between that 26 and 30, I was hardcore sugaring. I was,
Hardcore sugaring.
oh yeah, I was the best sugar baby that never had to be on her back, baby. I was teaching. So it started with,
Called sugaring?
it started with terrible relationships, right? And then one day you get tired of taking care of men and you're like, fuck you, pay me. That's it. Like, I'm tired of taking care of you. I'm tired of paying these bills. I'm tired of providing for the children. I am the man. Just give me the strap. You might as well.
Whoa.
So for me, it was making sure that I not only took what I learned in that lifestyle, right? But I knew that everything I learned there was so good. I learned how to manipulate men for money. I knew how to get to the bag without being on my back. And I knew that I had to be able to apply all those things that I learned there to what we call vanilla life, right? Regular traditional dating, and still get what I wanted. I could get what they call a high value man. And and
You
I
say
could,
that here.
yeah. People throw that word around a lot. We'll get into that in a second. But what a high value man, and someone who is going to protect and provide, someone who is going to support me and my kids, and the love would come later, right? Because I dated for love my whole life until 30. And I said, you know what? I don't love these sugar daddies, but I love what they do for me. And there has to be a way where I can blend this with this. And that's what I did. I took essentially everything throughout those 3 years and applied it to my very next relationship, which I'm still in. He's spent $500,000 easily building me, building my business, paid for my body, about to pay for it again. Discipline is a mother, okay? Discipline will get you every time.
But what did you have to do to get that?
Um,
And not just get it, but sustain it.
well, see, when I put this leg all the way, I'm just kidding.
Don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, I look at you already differently. Don't,
I'm just kidding.
Don't make me change my mind,
I'm just
Coach
kidding. I'm
Lee.
just kidding. So remember when we said, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Right? So I knew that this man was missing something, and it was my goal to figure out what he was missing, because we're all missing something. And if I can stand in for you because I know what you're missing, then that love grows and the actions increase and increase and increase. And the more I step in and stand, every person is different, right? Every man is different. My man came out of a 18-year legal marriage, but not married, right? That's that good old Pennsylvania stuff. But they separated, and he put her through 3 different schools. He helped her start 6 different businesses, and she ended up an Uber driver.
That's why I told Alan I would never do that.
And so for me, that first seed that he sowed
Wait, she
into
ended
me.
up being an Uber driver.
Yeah, no, that's a real story. And so for me, it was like, you know what? If I just show him that his investment has, what'd you say?
Value.
Return
ROI.
Oh.
Yes,
on
yes.
investment.
That's
Look at
value
you
too.
failing the first test.
Listen, man.
I knew it. I got it right.
You got it right, girl. You did.
Well, an
You
ROI is
listening.
valuable. Give me some credit.
But no, for real. It once he realized that, like, whoa, when I put my money into this woman, there's actually return on investment. Not only from my personal fulfillment, from his personal fulfillment, but also something to show for his money. Not shoes, not a car, not clothes. I make $30,000 a month on my own right now, and I pulled up in a Honda with like 140,000 miles on it, and I can drive anything I want to drive, but I don't give a shit about that. I am building right now. I'm in build mode, and I will drive that mom car until them bitches' wheels fall off.
Mhm.
Because do I want to take a month of, not even a month, because that's a $30,000 car, right? We want 6-figure cars now, right? Do I want to take 4 months of my life, not his wallet? What does me taking $130,000 to get my Porsche Cayenne from his pocket. What? That's a lot of give back.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to.
But that's because most.
That's a lot of give backs. A lot of return on investment for 130 bands.
See.
So what I'd rather do is take his money, implement it into my areas of concern, right? My business, grow it in certain ways, and then boom, I have 130,000 anytime I want it. I can reach in my back pocket anytime.
And get it. Now my thing is, and I think what you're saying is great, and how men receive and interpret that is this: men don't want to take care of women.
No, they don't.
We will fund you so you can take care of yourself.
Correct.
But most women can't, not most, but a lot of women come across as just an endless job, an endless investment. It's like a money pit. You just keep throwing money and throwing money. You need money for this. And all
That
those.
was me, by the way, in the beginning of our relationship.
Wow,
Up
not
until
coach.
about 6 months in.
Not
Up
coach.
until not coach. He's
Not
crying.
coach.
Are you crying? It's okay. I'm better now. I'm healed.
Oh, at least
I'm
you're
healed.
there.
I've been
Great.
saved. I've been saved. But the first 6 months, that's what I did because I came from sugar life, right? I came
Oh, you
from
just take,
like,
take,
from
take.
Okay.
sugar baby life.
That makes sense.
So my adjustment
Sugarland.
period happened. Yeah, Sugarville.
Yeah.
So my adjustment happened in that first 6 months. You said I love you. I love you. Listen, you got the right one. Don't say that too many times. Shoot, we've been waiting for a vacation.
Oh God.
Get the robe.
I'm
set
shutting
yourself
up. I'm
Get the
shutting
robe.
up
Is
now.
it
Get the
time for
robe.
the reality robe already?
I guess. I'm just paying
Hide it.
attention.
I don't know. She keeps saying she loves me and stuff. She's cute. So anyway,
Thanks.
Is there an ROI there too with you in your relationship? Does he get external play? By external, I mean of y'all?
I wish he was into
Rico's
that.
really into
You know,
that.
I've been trying to. So I'm
Hold the fuck up.
Is he about to come for me?
No. I just want to make sure I understand this.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me this man clearly has money,
Yeah.
so he's
Absolutely.
doing whatever he likes to do.
Mhm.
Okay. So then he has a good woman,
Yeah.
i.e. Coach Lee, or
Right.
not i.e., but you know.
Right.
And then he has a good woman who also does what the hell she needs to do.
Yeah.
And then that good woman is like, hey, we can add a third party. And he's like, nah.
He's disgusted.
Not everyone likes it.
Hold on. Not because of the intimacy. He's disgusted because ain't no bitches built like me. The mindset, right? I can't take my students.
You set the bar too high.
and
You
bring
fucked it up.
bring them with me, right? Like I'm disgusted too. I went to Magic City 2 weeks ago, and this girl was shaking it in front of me, and I said, "I'll give you this whole stack if you could show me some shit I never seen before." She said, "Money,
You put it right in your pocket.
panties off, top off." I was disgusted. Now, mind you, it was the first time I was in a strip club sober in a very long ever. But I
was a
was really
foolish
about
answer.
to give her the band, and she just was like,
Does she think you never saw ass and titties?
I guess
and vagina?
not. I've seen plenty. And it was a turnoff. So I understand where my man is coming from when he has a standard. You know, some men that set a standard, they set a standard for real.
I know there's a point right here, but like, what happened after that? Did you just walk away with the money?
I just literally let her stand there, and I kept it in my hand, and I started to feel very guilty. So I took off like a couple of little. I gave her like a little razzle dazzle.
Poor girl, you really just walked away
I
with
gave
that.
her razzle dazzle, and I gave her my
You
Instagram.
should-
Holla at me, sis. Let me show you how to do this.
Well, you should just give her your Instagram.
Yeah, I should have.
I'd be telling people we gotta stop rewarding
And I
people
think
for
she
bad
stole my
behavior.
Red Bull too.
See what I'm saying?
Pretty sure she stole my Red Bull.
Ungrateful.
Ungrateful.
Oh my gosh.
Like I just gave you $12. You could have bought 2 Red Bulls.
One in Magic City.
Not $12.
Right. One in Magic City. Right, that's true. That's true.
It's kind of crazy.
That's true. I stopped looking at bills, so I'd be forgetting how much things actually cost. You know what I mean?
Come on, coach.
Look, you see?
Come on, coach.
Can we count the dabs?
That's 3.
Can we get
That's
more
not
than
3. That was more than that was like 5.
Yeah,
that was number 5.
I was like,
Yeah, I was
5.
about to
Let's
say,
just
you
keep a
get-
tally on the dabs so that I can show these ladies that it's
Crossed
for
it
real.
off 5.
It's for real.
You get,
So-
you
so
keep on
back
getting them,
to-
I'm gonna give you one of my mics.
Back to
Not mine, but they Allen's, but they ours. Wait, we're live, right? Oh shit, what's up, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok? I don't mean to cut you off. My bad. Damn, y'all what? Damn. Now let me get back in my bag.
This is in real time.
No, now I gotta get in character. I don't really like all that.
You forgot?
See how he about to
Nah,
act
I'm
up
kidding.
for you guys now?
I cannot.
First of all, my leg is up. I'm in a
no,
comfortable
but you know what? That's
vibe.
a good point. That's a good point. A lot of ladies do this. What you're doing right now, right?
Whoa.
Jokingly, right? What you're doing jokingly. A lot of ladies do this in real life. They show up as their representative. They show up as their social media presence, right? The
character.
representative is the best way to say it. They're not authentic in who they are because they don't actually know who they are and what they want. They really don't. They really don't. They just know they want a man to spoil them, take care of them, and pay for things. And that is so beyond basic. And that's why when he mentioned, are 80% of women chasing the 20% of men? Yes, they are, because they have the wrong idea of what protection and providing looks like.
They just want money. They
just
want
they
someone
just want
to
money.
fund them, and
They're just
take care of
broke,
them.
and
Yeah.
they don't know how to get to a bag, so they expect some guy to do it for them because that's what men do. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Men spend their money on their friends, and they will pay for their whole squad to go with them to Aruba. And then
Don't do that.
Way too
I
hard.
already
You
did
laughing
that.
way too hard.
I
'Cause
did that
he loves
earlier
how
this
you-
year.
He loves
You
his
know what I'm
friends.
saying?
I
You
did that for my
That's
birthday.
a Rico kind of guy.
I did that this year.
I did
So
that. I did that in February.
I'm-
Aruba, come
I'm
on.
spitting
Don't
real
worry about
shit.
it.
I love
You went to
Aruba.
Aruba too?
This year.
No lie. You know what's crazy is that I have this God-given gift to just really nail shit like that. Like, how would I have spit that out?
we here with it.
I went to
man.
Aruba this year too.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you pay for all your girlfriends to go?
No.
I
Well,
don't-
actually, I paid for my mom to go. It was her birthday.
Yeah, but that's different.
yeah,
That's
just my
different. I
mom.
paid for my mom to go to Aruba and my sister, but that's different. That's family ties. But have you ever paid for your girlfriend to go on a trip?
Yeah, I did.
You
My
did?
19th birthday, we went to LA.
Why'd you pay for her?
She was broke?
Them? Yeah, because I had the money.
Yeah. So that's how did you feel about that trip? Did everything go smooth the way you wanted it to go? Or were these
No.
bitches acting up?
The bitches were acting up.
You see what I'm saying? That's what men feel every day. In
Every
relationships.
time you bitches act up.
Every day. Yeah, no,
The
because
bitches
you
were
know why?
acting up.
You know why? Because they didn't feel they needed to have return on her investment. They didn't look at that as a seed sown and an investment made in them. They looked at it as an opportunity to show up better as their representative on Instagram and social media.
Oh,
So they milked their images.
Sure did.
And they milked the photos like as if they got it like that, when really you paid for the boat, you paid for the trip, you paid for the flight, you paid for the. Imagine how a man feels.
The whole B&B. I was living and got
And you didn't even get no pussy.
for free.
That's crazy.
You know what's funny? I was just talking to my
Did you
homie.
boycott all of those bitches?
No, I'm still really
They're
close.
still friends.
With two
That's the
of
crazy
them.
part about it.
They owe you a trip.
No, but the girl that was acting up, we've cut ties.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We're gonna let that slide then.
My homie, he was just
Yeah.
my
We're
homie
gonna
was
let them two friends live.
my homie was just talking about how he had paid for this trip for him and this girl that they're not dating, but they flew out to wherever. And he was like, and we had a a similar moment, like, yo, I don't like that. He was like, we're paying for everything. I'm paying for the trip. I paid for everything. I'm paying for everything while we're on the trip. And he was like, then we got like 2 margaritas. It was $28. And she just sat there like, he's like, well, you gonna pay for anything? Like, I hope you got $30 just for the drinks at least. Like,
Yeah, but
Wait, he
fucked
said that,
up
though?
because he didn't find out beforehand. He didn't decide, what do I want out of this woman? What do I want out of this trip? He just said, I want to take a bad bitch to the beach. And that's what he got.
a bad bitch on the
A
beach.
bad bitch on the beach.
And-
That's doing bad.
I hope. Oh my God, yo, B,
That's what.
where is it?
That's what
Where
they-
is the award?
I agree with that
Oh,
though.
hold up, stop it.
Don't break the toe, Rico.
Rico, because
What's-
you
what's
know.
Oh, this is what my ass gonna look like on November 23rd. Just like this.
All right, B, don't.
Thank you, Papa.
Don't ruin.
Papa's paying for that.
Well, first of all, thanks A to the Table for the award. Let's start there. We'll get to
Okay.
Papa afterwards.
Thank you. Thank you, Table.
This
What
is
is
a-
this award?
This is a award that,
Rico's award.
yeah, Rico gives awards.
When he thinks
like
you
a
said
Golden
something
Globe?
really, really great.
Okay. It's like an Oscar.
it's an 8 at the table Oscar.
Stop picking them
That's
up.
the bitches that they take to the beach.
Oh my god.
That's
No,
the-
but I agreed with what you said when you said, did he find out what he wanted from her?
Mhm.
Like, was it okay? I want to take you on vacation with me. I want to fly you out. Like, why do you expect her to pay for anything when you're doing that? Was it a mutual let's go away together?
No, you know what it was?
It wasn't an expecting to pay thing, right? It's not about like.
It's because she didn't do anything. She
Yeah,
didn't
like-
go get him a towel. She didn't dust off the sand. She didn't rub his back with the oil.
Yeah.
She didn't show up.
That's what I get when you say return on investment.
Yes.
But if a
Wait,
guy,
what? Wait, time out. Stop it, Amanda.
what?
That's one small fragment on ROI.
Okay, cool. I don't feel like someone should be like, "Oh, I'm going to fly you out. I want you to come on vacation with me." And then be like, "Well, are you going to pay for anything?"
No,
Like,
that's not why he got to that point. He
Thank you.
got to that point because she didn't show up at all.
Get him, coach.
All she was present. Not even.
Get him, coach.
She wasn't even present. She just, because you know how there could be like fathers who are present and then there's active fathers, right?
Okay.
So like, you know, when you do more than wipe the ass and babysit, you become a present father. And she was not a present woman. She did not show up in the relationship even just for that little bitty beach time. She did not give him, and it's not sex. Women always boil it down to, oh, well, you're a sugar baby and it's sex. No, we're grown ass women. We like to fuck. Let's keep it real. But we don't want to lay up with a man that cannot prove that he can protect and provide. A man also doesn't want just a piece of pussy. He can get that for a lot less than a fly out and a whole week on the beach.
And a better version, too. I'm not going to lie. Like, listen, that's what I be trying to say.
And that's
It's
why
a big world,
she didn't
man.
show up.
It's
If
a
she
big
was
world.
present, right? Like even just us sitting here, right? You keep feeding me. You're like, oh my God, yes, vibes, right? Like, oh yeah, I love this. I love what you're saying. That is us creating a relationship, right? Every relation is a ship. How far it sails is up to you. And if you take a bitch to the beach and she don't know how to sail, you're gonna be anchored down.
You're
I
gonna
love
be
that.
You're gonna be sinking.
I'm going to feed this stuff to my new bae because I feel like I'm learning a lot today.
I think you are, and I can see it in your eyes. I think it's great for you. You know,
Did Amanda said new babe?
I think
Maybe.
I heard new babe.
I heard her say babe.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
She's
know,
ready
and-
for a trip.
so
I really do
show
want to go
up.
to Jamaica next year.
let me go ahead
So,
since you did
see?
such a great job, just doing everything you're doing. Let me just go ahead and take this moment to go ahead and get on a fella's case real quick.
Okay.
Part of the reason why some of these women don't show up is because you got some men who have been lacking so much that they're willing to just give so much without a woman showing up. So they're rewarding bad behavior. So then once they don't work out, that woman then goes to the next man. And if he is a man that requires you to actually show up and be an ROI and a real partner, she doesn't even know better because she's already been rewarded for not having to do nearly as much. So as a man, what you got to do is hold yourself to a higher standard and really put your foot down on what you feel like you deserve and what you feel like you want out of a woman, no matter how beautiful she may be, no matter how many lack of women that you've already had in your life. Once you put your foot down and you actually tell her what you want, if she can be and fulfill what you want, then that way you are now being an asset to society. If y'all don't work out, it's not a different standard for her. And then the next one that comes on, you're not scared to be the man that you want to be and not scared to ask for the things that you like to ask for.
Come on, Rico.
Come on, I
Show
got
up
you,
on
B.
the sofa.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a team thing. She threw the alley. I mean, I threw the alley. She slammed it. You know what I'm saying? She got the points, but you know.
No, you're right.
just want
And
to go like
I
this.
blame
Don't-
Beyonce and City Girls.
Beyonce.
What did Beyonce do?
If Jay-Z wasn't a billionaire, she would not have 3 children. How many kids she got now? 19?
She 3.
She wouldn't have them if
19.
if he wasn't who he is, right? If he didn't have that potential and show up in those actions, right? So now we're no longer concerned with the things that draw us to a man outside of his money. Right. So, and I blame City Girls, right? And mind you, I love them both. Let me just say this. We don't want to be attacked by no zzz, you know what I'm saying? The beehive is real. Right. The beehive is real. But she also gave us all the women independent. That is a syndrome.
Yeah, she had me very hyper independent for a long time. Still
A
trying
lot
to
of
come
women.
out of it.
Yeah.
Trying.
And it's like
It's a work in
15
progress.
years later because she set that up for us to have this idea that independent women are top tier and top notch, which allowed, and it's not, I don't blame just Beyonce, right? But that's that
Oh, yeah, it's
era.
a couple.
That's that era that it started. And then we got I love her cause she got her own. Remember that?
It was
Oh, yeah.
actually Neo. I'm blaming Beyonce, but it was
I said,
really.
let me take it back because I
was
know
really
she's
Neo.
missing one. So here's the thing, right? Neo lulled
She got
us.
her own was dope though.
Yeah, it was.
Miss Independent. Listen.
It's a
I wish I could
syndrome.
hit notes.
See, the
All
problem is
them, all them.
that's not what they meant. They didn't mean you can be or you have to be a CEO, an executive. You have to have all of your shit together in order to be attractive. What they were saying was ROI. If I'm going to take my Neo status and share it with you, right? Because this is a lifestyle you step into. If I'm going to share that with you, what is the return on my investment? What do I get in return outside of your booty and your beauty that would make me inclined, right? Because we can't coerce men to spend money. They either want to or they don't. So he has to not feel obligated, but feel incentivized to pour into you. And that only happens from women's actions. So city girls, I blame because, again, 8-figure rich nigga, that's my type.
That's sweetie.
That's a 20% that we were talking about. That's
5.
that, right. I was trying to keep it with the, but
8 figures,
but it's true. It's true. Those men are far and few in between, but that's why we need to take it from Coach and our city girls and stop searching for the richest man in the room and find the one most willing.
Well, and here's the thing. Let's also make this clear too, that from a man's standpoint, especially if he has money, but I firmly believe most men are willing to give whatever they got if you are deemed to be an ROI. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting something that's going to be, conducive to my relationship or conducive to the lifestyle. So, but my question to you, Lee, I'm sorry. I'm out here. You got the Beyonce.
I'm B.
It was the
now.
Beyonce thing.
now.
It was the Beyonce thing. Pardon me.
It's okay.
I'm 100% sorry.
It's okay. I promise. I forgive
Just
you.
cut it out.
So my question to you is, because I also think that women with money tend to have a hard time finding a good man, and this I could be wrong, but that's just what I believe. What advice would you give a woman who's already like coming in as a walking ROI or a walking asset,
No. A walking ROI and a walking asset are not the same as a woman who's prepared for the relationship with that man. Let me explain. You were speaking about ROI, right? ROI is an action that I do for you. That's ROI. It is action. You don't get ROI without action. A bitch with bread is a bitch with bread. She could be a bozo. She could be a nobody.
When I said
What's that? 7, 8? 6? No, you missed the last one because we were at 5.
Yo, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
Was one before
y'all
that?
missed that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We're
was
going to run
it
it back
after?
and make sure.
I'll give her an extra one. 9. Come on. I'm waiting. Finish up.
But no, it's true. That's not what makes you a return on investment. Your money is not what makes you return on investment. The only way that you can show up in the relationship is to determine what he's lacking, what he's missing. Speak his love language. We love throwing that around, right? But that's
I love
it's a
that,
real
though.
thing.
It's real. I love it.
Absolutely. And most people's love language falls on the action side. It falls a lot less on the in the financial aspect or emotional aspect. It is most people's thing is receiving gifts, physical touch. All those things are actions. If I don't physically touch you, then you're not going to like me, right? That's an action. If I don't move and do the gesture and be hyper aware that that is what you like, I'm not showing up for you the way you need me to. So now I'm just a bad bitch with a big bank account, single.
Single and mingling with science teachers.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's true.
Come on.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true. Maybe not even science teachers. The boy who drives the bus.
Shit.
He gets the kids to school. He can't even teach.
I quit. Yo,
It's true.
I mean,
True. And we
look,
and
You don't
as
know what
we
bus drivers are
evolve,
capable of.
as
shout out to all bus drivers and teachers. This is
right,
not,
we need y'all essential workers,
It's
but
just
it ain't
a-
essentially gonna be me.
Oh my.
Do you know what I mean? Somebody has to
Somebody
clean
has
the
to love
streets, wipe
them.
the ass, do the yeah, absolutely.
This
But
is why
there's
people these
those
days don't
people
want to
for those
be these
people.
things.
No, you just if you're a bus driver, you find the equivalent. That 80-20 rule we were talking about.
So, but is that fair to say then that some women don't qualify for
Yes.
hypergamy?
Yes, many women don't qualify. In fact, 90% of women don't qualify for a hypergamous relationship.
Thank you.
90%.
Yeah, until they meet me. I would say 90%. Absolutely.
Start from the top.
I think we heard her the first time.
I want this. No, start from the top.
It's true. 90% of women do not fall into that space of deserving the kind of man that will protect and provide on that level. You might get the guy who will take you to a fancy restaurant. You might get the guy who will throw you $200-$300, but he's not going to spend 20 bands to build your business because you're just not that bitch. First of all, you don't have a business. You don't even mind your business. Is it time for the robe?
Yeah.
I'm about to put the robe on.
so.
What do you need from me? Like,
Is it time for the
at
robe?
this point, I'm just,
I mean, I feel like
I just want
we
to
have
be.
to be real with ourselves. Before we expect a man to move his money around, we have to be real with ourselves. Check your mindset, check your mental. Where are you at? Are you in a place where you know what you want? Or do you just want boobs and don't even know how much they cost? You want a new car, don't know how much it costs. For real. Like we want things and you know what? So I have a book coming out, right?
I was
Shout out to your
I
book.
was gonna ask you, do you have
I
you need
know it's
to-
on
right?
pre-order
I'm
right
like, oh my
now.
God.
It's on
I was
pre-order.
gonna ask you this.
So I'm going to for the first time. The cover of the book is fly as hell, but the title is called "Rich Man Me," and it's because a lot of women walk around and they're like, rich man me. I want to be with a rich man, but they
All
don't
of my friends are getting
prepare
this for Christmas.
themselves.
What?
I said all of my friends are getting this.
I
for
know
Christmas.
that's right. It's on pre-order right now.
It don't matter.
SpeakToLead.com.
You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right. And so
That's okay.
so
I'm providing
forcing the drink by creating not just a book, but
Like
a
this?
workbook. Right? It's like, you know who inspired me? Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone inspired me because if you ever read 10X,
I have not.
you should.
I will.
In each
I will.
section of the book, there is a
Work section.
check yourself. Yeah. Did you even digest what you just read? Did you even
Sometimes I be
absorb
needing
the
that.
material?
I'll be reading.
Are you
like,
willing to take
don't know what I read.
action on your affirmation or you just talking hot shit?
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of us just say spicy stuff, but we're really not about that action. And so this book is, although it is a book, right? It'll be available on Amazon. It'll be available on Kindle. It'll be, we'll make it to Barnes and Nobles eventually. This one's going to be a bestseller, I'm telling you.
I love
You got my
that.
support.
But it walks you through not just what to do to meet rich men and where to go and what time to get there and what to wear and how to attract, but it also walks you through the action steps you need to take to prepare for your millionaire. Because he's waiting for you, but you will never meet him. He will never find you unless you stand up in the room. And most of us are sitting.
You know what's
stagnant.
crazy?
Should I get up?
As a man,
Should I get up? Is this the part where I stand?
and you know, so like, I just thought about this too, and like, it's funny that you say this because Erin has this quote. Shout out Erin the Renegade. Y'all already know who she is at the table. If it can be applied to both, parties in terms of gender, then it should be deemed as a really good, piece of advice.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, like, I didn't have money for majority of my life. I was always an ROI and I was always a valuable person.
Mm-hmm.
So I never got denied or I never got shut down by any woman of value.
That's because
Because
you're
they
not the
already-
richest man in the room. You're the one most willing.
Well, damn, don't make me sound desperate.
I
but-
was
No,
like,
it's
yeah,
not a
that-
desperate
Hold
thing.
on,
I
but
wanna
that
say-
made me look
No,
at
no, I
Rico
wanna say,
like,
look,
Like, process that
I
for a
think-
second,
wait, I
right?
wanna
Because if
change-
you're unwilling,
yeah.
then you no longer have that value that you
I want
create.
to add more layer to it, and I want to say I was the one most capable,
No, you
but
weren't.
willing.
No, you weren't. There's men that were way more capable than you.
Nah,
They just didn't
they
crack
weren't
down
willing.
on opening up because they weren't willing. Correct. It's not the wallet, it's the will. And we keep chasing the wallet and you keep chasing the bag, you keep chasing the bread and you'll never catch it. So like I have a whole community, right? A sorority of ladies because I never went to college. I was a high school dropout. So I never went to college, so I created a sorority that gives me a taste of that family, right? And so I make every single student, I hand select every single one of them, right? But they DM put me in coach. That's what they DM in order to start the interview process.
Well,
put me in coach.
I'm a DM you too, but I just want to be a part of the squad. Just don't tell me what to do.
Oh yeah, get me in the group chat.
Right. Just put me in the game. I just want to sit on a bench.
Let me play.
Let me bench warm. I can't.
But don't you find a lot of women aren't willing to do that work?
Yeah. Those are the ones that fail out.
Like they say they want to
Yeah,
do it.
they'll even pay for the work.
They want
big
that
flunk.
man, and then you tell them what they
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
what you have to be in order to get that type of man.
Those are the 3-month
Keep
flunkies.
that man.
And they like, I'm gonna have to tap out.
Yeah. They work with me for about 2 months, 3 months, and then they realize that they're spending their money and they're not actually getting
Return on investment.
because they're unwilling to do the work.
Word of the
So my success rate is 100% with women who are willing. If you're unwilling to do the work, you fucking fail out. And that's it.
Like, I know a lot of people's favorite rappers, whatever. I know a lot of people's favorite rappers and favorite athletes. In
Yeah.
fact, at this point in my life, God has blessed me. A lot of them either follow me or they be liking my stuff, but they don't follow me. And it's like, yo, a real personal, big time artist had a moment where we share the same security and they were very emotional. And they're talking about these women don't love me and da-da-da-da. And they just like what I could do. You know, I bought her 4 Chanels and she act crazy. And it's like the craziest thing is a lot of these celebrity clients are really the weakest of men and most vulnerable of men and easily
That's because they do what hoes do. They lead with money and hoes lead with their mouth, right? So when you come across a man like that, he's leading with his money. Don't be offended when you're treated like an ATM because at the moment you're an ATM.
She put a what? Put me in, coach. She got bars.
Right?
She got
We best
bars.
friending over here.
ATM
Went
at
from
the
pound
moment.
to a
Yeah,
me
and,
up
and
now.
you know what? The only reason why I'm
I'm about to go get a
dabbing you
suit.
back,
I'm about-
right, is because
Suit.
I want the women to see
up
that
right
you can
now.
still maintain your femininity. You can still maintain that everybody's chasing this like feminine thing, and that's what creates a soft life. No, that creates a soft ass. if you're smart, you will be able to communicate effectively with every man in the room, make your point, get your point across. I'm sure there's some things I said you didn't wholeheartedly agree with, but because I can communicate effectively, it changed your perception of
No,
what I was saying.
Miss.
You agree with everything?
Yeah,
That's
that's the
what I'm
one
talking
time
about.
you were wrong
Buy the
today.
book. Just buy the book. Just go ahead and buy the book.
Listen, I
will.
realize
It drops Black Friday.
I'm
It
gonna
drops
help your
Black Friday.
sales.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
telling you that, listen, I've put years of my experience into this book because I'm sick and tired of taking women's money every month for them to not do the work. Pay this $49, bitch, and see if you're serious about this bread and about this bag. Because if you're not, you're going to just fold the pages instead of fold on you, which creates more trauma, right? Like, damn, I just spent $400 and I still didn't meet no man, and you still didn't do any of the steps that we gave you to internalize to figure out who you are and what you bring to the table. I teach them how to not only answer that, but discover what that means and what it looks like. And when they realize it, they're empowered. And now I have women who are 230 pounds being flown out to, you mentioned earlier, there's things that a 10 can get away with that a 6 can't. Well, a woman who's curvy, Indian, 230 pounds, right? Very curvy, very voluptuous. She's out on a beach, all expenses paid, with a man who sat there with her for a week and built her business plan. Sat there for a week. She now has a shout out to something about Spice. My student now has a business she is building into her first 6-figure company, all because I gave her the tools to understand that relationships have a lot of value if you set the expectation early. If you don't, you now spent a year or 2 years with someone who wouldn't wipe your ass if you lost both your hands. And if you set the expectation early, you could buy new hands. Shit.
And that's the thing, like,
if you use his money right, you could buy new hands. You know what I mean? You could have a professional, what do they call it, bidet?
bidet.
Yeah.
I'm good on that. You know, and it's
Get
funny.
you a real good one, gold.
Realizing a lot of women that I've dated or started to date and was about to take them serious, and when it clicked to me that, you know, their value or their ability to be an asset or an ROI was so low that I wasn't even willing to invest. So like, but I'm willing to be around. So now I'm giving you least amount of me. I'm being least present.
No, you just wanted more of that piece of that pussy.
No.
There's no other reason why you would keep a woman around that does not give you return on investment unless she's that 10 that gets away with things.
Well, I've had a lot of 10s.
Well, how
I had a lot of 8s to 10s, you know.
Okay.
Majority. You know, I got some stragglers in there, but we're not talking about that.
Stop dating women for potential and start dating them for their purpose.
Well, what purpose? The fuck? They don't be knowing their purpose.
Yeah, I've discovered mine. You see me sitting on the couch.
I'm going to send them to you.
Right? You see me here.
Well, start dating girls that are intentional about themselves.
Absolutely.
But being intentional doesn't mean you know your purpose. See, there's a lot of intentional people that haven't found themselves.
Coach, I don't mean to.
Oh, damn, I was
Cut you
getting
off.
possible. Whatever, Marie.
I was like, damn, Marie.
Coach, like, first of all, I
Who
had to
was
put
in
the
it?
glasses back on.
Okay.
Where's mine?
Coach, does like love play any role in this equation? Like when we're talking about like all of this and everything like that, does like love get lost in that equation, or that's not even a factor?
So I think we have to define what is love, right? Because, for example, do you love me? And be honest.
You?
Yeah.
No.
No. Why don't you love me?
Well, actually,
I'm
I've
an
grown to love
amazing
you
woman. I
I've
showed
changed
up
my
on
mind.
time. I showed up on time. Why you don't love me?
I appreciate you, but
Yeah.
I don't love you.
Why not?
You ain't do shit for me, Nick.
No, it has
No,
nothing
that's
to do
exactly
with that.
what it is.
You ain't
No,
do a
that's not for
goddamn
me.
thing
So let me
for me.
explain, right?
You're here
love
for
very-
like
That is
you showing
exactly-
up.
No. That's exactly what it is. Because this whole time I'm speaking to her soul. What did she say a few minutes ago? Oh my God, I love you. Right? Now, she might not mean I'm going to jump off a bridge for you.
Right.
It doesn't mean I want to get in your bed with you. But it means genuinely, like, I feel a connection to you that goes deeper than the surface because you've shown me something. You've elevated me. You've spoke to my spirit. You fed me. Right?
You've done something.
So my students, they love me because I changed their lives.
Yeah, I could
Right?
grow to love you.
You could, but not if I don't do shit for you.
No. Like if I'm speaking with you
Nope.
and you move
If I don't
me,
speak to you, you don't love me.
no, because if we're connecting, right?
Mhm.
And I'm moved by the things you're saying,
Yes,
and we're
That's
connecting.
an action. Love
is
is an
an
action. If
action.
I don't speak to you, you can't connect with me.
Right. Because
Or if I
there's
say all the wrong shit to you,
we don't connect.
or if I keep cutting you off, which I'm doing on purpose,
You
right?
were?
I am.
I didn't
I'm-
even
I'm-
notice.
I'm cutting you
First of all,
off.
you suave.
I'm cutting you
the
off
coach.
because
Yeah,
that
we had
shit
a-
is frustrating, right? When people talk to you when you're trying to have a conversation and they keep cutting you off, that shit is fucking annoying.
I swear I didn't even notice.
I know, you're not supposed to notice. You're not supposed to
I'm
notice.
going to tell you like this.
You're not
You
supposed
know,
to get by the book.
I will.
I be
You're
trying
not
to,
supposed to notice.
I was trying to tell them that same exact thing is frustrating, man.
But no, I really
No,
didn't.
but it's
Chimes in to
right.
say
If
that.
I don't feed you something, there's no love there.
right.
Love is created out of action. So when we say, does love get lost? Did you ever fucking find it? Was it ever there to begin with? Or were you just emotionally connected to somebody? Did you care a lot? Or did you love me? You see? She's over here evaluating right now. Do I care about you a lot or do I, love
am.
you?
How did you know that?
Right?
Were you looking at me?
I'm a fucking coach. That's what I do. No, I wasn't looking at you. No, this is what I do for a living. And
Yeah.
mind you, when we talked about purpose, right? it took action to discover what that purpose was. It took experience to be able to tap into it. And I say this because I want people to understand that you can come from nothing and be in the nobody list and make it to somewhere, right? So no education. My vernacular is like that, right? I could do podcasts and kill it, but don't ask me to, spell some shit. My
So I can't text you?
You could text me. I'll voice note it. It's like, no. Seriously, I found my thing. And when you take action in your life, you discover your purpose. And I'm a big believer, right? So even though I cuss, like I said, God's working on my mouth, but he's worked my mind already. And I say that because through my process of discovering me, I realized that like, whoa, I have a really big purpose. And if I tap into this thing that I'm good at, right? Milking men for money turned into hypergamous lifestyle dating coach. It just sounds better. It's the same shit. No, it is.
No.
It is. It's
No.
just in words that you can't digest
The
because of your own past experiences.
It's not mine. I don't listen. I was never a trick, but
They're all tricks, ladies. Don't let them lie to you.
Nah, hell no.
Tricks.
But what I will say is that, see, and I'm gonna say this. I said this once. I'm gonna say it twice. I'm a principle guy.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the same gestures, and it might even look the same, but the principle is entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Is
saying?
it? What is a trick?
I was sitting here
I
like,
like that.
On
We got
YouTube.
Coach Lee in the building.
Let's do it.
Like facts. Come on now.
Hit me with your
Ask her what
heaviest, hardest,
Facts.
thickest, most burning
But
question.
before you do that, super chat it.
Yeah. We only taking questions from the super chat.
Facts.
we answered that, no?
Yeah. Return on investment.
Everybody said every man's a trick.
Every man is a trick.
Yeah.
So you wasn't at your black in between that time.
Ivy
Bro.
Vega.
Oh, it's the reality
bought a badge?
robe.
It's
See,
a rope.
It's the reality robe.
Yeah.
Blanket?
Matter of fact,
Summer
let me get the reality robe.
Let's give her the robe. Let's give her.
Getting spicy. Yeah,
Are you gonna throw it or you want me to hand it?
Can't answer any
I
questions.
thought you were Marie. I was gonna say, Marie, what are you doing?
We can't answer any questions without the reality robe.
Coming through with the badges. Come on.
Yes.
Come on, YouTube.
Yes.
Who do we
Come on
have?
now.
You're making us look bad. YouTube.
Yeah.
Where them
Get
super
the
chats
reality
at?
robe on because it's about to get real. Y'all are gonna have to edit a lot of these bleeps out. I'm just saying.
This.
It's plush.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
Wanna do my laundry?
And then he smelled
good.
Wanna do
it.
my laundry?
Yeah,
God
baby.
damn.
That's gain. Y'all be playing with
What's
the
worse
tide.
tonight?
I don't
Me
know.
or Rico? I'm thinking Rico.
Can you put that over there for me, please?
Where?
Thank you. Anywhere, it's fine.
Y'all going in.
Let's go ahead and get the robe on because I need y'all to understand.
Welcome
That-
to the hot club. You
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about you want to be hot?
Yeah, my back was a little bit
me
on
get this
fire
for you.
already.
Right
Thank you,
here.
darling.
About to be
Thank you, darling.
scorching.
What does this say right here?
About to cook.
Coach,
This says, what?
Can you see it? We're getting it rebranded.
Walk with me.
Celebrity. Yeah. So these are robes that will be coming out as merch very soon. But for right now, my sisters, all my ladies in the community, we do morning meditations and stuff.
you ever
did you
been
call them?
You
tied
know what I
up?
like?
You ever been
It
tied
don't
up by
come-
one of these?
It don't come off.
Oh no,
I like
can't.
that.
I've been
I
tied up
can't
by
use-
several things. Shit, used to be tied up by these men.
Hey.
And not in that way. Literally tied up. Tired and tied.
Oh, shit.
Tired.
If you're trying to combine both
For
words,
real.
Tired.
Tired.
wordplay.
So these are the plush robes that my ladies have an opportunity to hop on morning meditation with me.
Very
Like we take this serious. It's not a luxury. It's a lifestyle. And in order for you to achieve it, you have to, you know what I say all the time to my ladies is that no man is going to make an investment in you that you are unwilling to make in yourself. So if you won't buy the book, if you won't invest in you, in your business, if you won't sit down, and I still to this day, and I've made almost $300,000 this year, I still don't have a business plan, but I have a plan for business. And that's all you need. You don't, eventually you'll need one. You know, you probably should start with one. But if you come from where I come from, you don't know nothing about that. But what you do know is opportunity. And people look down on opportunists. But if you're not an opportunist, you're just stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
You're just present.
Stagnant and tired.
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 Tired. Two T's.
Two T's. So I was saying, you know, all men are tricks. And it's true. Let's get back to that. Let's rewind that because it
Let's
just popped
circle
back in my
back.
head.
If I-
Yeah, let's circle back one time. What did it say? Spin the block?
Yes,
Yeah.
whatever. We don't want to
Yeah,
quote
let's
that.
let's spin the block.
We ain't quoting that over here.
Listen,
I'm
tired.
Tired.
We gonna get this by the
I'm
end.
saying tot.
Yeah.
I got an accent.
all men are tricks, right? And they're going to spend their money. Either he's going to decide how he spends it or you're going to decide how you invest it. Period. It's going to come out of his wallet either way, because even what we have on the table to drink costs money. That water came out of a bottle. That bottle was probably $2 now. Water is expensive. So you can't
Way
even
more than $2.
No, for real. Even to sit in this room and breathe air under these hot ass lights on this couch, with these pillows, all of this is an expense. You decide how he spends it. You take control and set expectations in the beginning, and you can turn a trick into a total lifestyle transformation.
I mean, I don't think. See, here's the thing. Tricks are different, though. Like, I get what you're going.
Tell me, what is the difference?
Well, first and foremost, a trick is somebody who realistically leads with money to just realistically trick his way into getting something simplistic in terms of just your actual physical sex, right? And then that's really the end all be all.
So what you're saying is a trick is all about getting to some in the panties.
Yeah, but it's not about building relationships.
Okay.
There's not, like, it can turn into that, right? Which most tricks eventually want the person that they've invested. Really, they only want the one who finessed them for the most amount of money to be in the relationship.
Yeah.
But most tricks, like, if I see, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I give you $100. That's cool. That's as far as it's going to go. Some tricks would be like, yo, here's 20,000. And then when the 20,000 turns into 100,000, you're like, wait, no, I didn't pay the 100,000. She needs to be an ROI.
Exactly.
So, but not all men are tricks, and I think not all men lead with money. And in my personal opinion, in my personal experience.
So let me tell you from a woman's perspective, right? Because that's from a man's perspective what a trick is. A trick is a man who spends his money
At all?
at all.
That's foolish.
No, it's a trick.
No, you.
No, it's a trick. Like, literally, if I can get you to spend some money on me, I just tricked you into spending money on me. If I don't give you anything back, if I don't give you a return on investment, right, that ROI, it's a trick. It's like magic. Like, damn, how did she do that? That's why they end up $100,000 later, and they're like, how did that happen? They start calculating it up.
Nah, but he got tricked.
Even-
She was. See, this is the thing. The trick, right? Well, I love this word.
It's like the word just has so many
Yeah,
different meanings.
Because, like, the thing is,
See, because words only have the value that we give them,
Yeah.
realistically. So
Yeah.
what his perception of a
amount.
trick is,
Yeah.
right, is different from our perception of what a trick is, or your perception is different than mine. And it's because words only have the value that we give them.
No, because the thing is, yes, you're right. In a general sense, yeah.
mhm.
But the difference is like, because here's the thing. If I'm spending money on you, and you're in love with me, like you're in love with me because of whatever I had provided, I'm not the trick. You tricked yourself if I don't like you. See, the trick is the fool. You understand? So if I'm the guy who's spending money and I'll keep on spending more money and she's leading me down this rabbit hole, I'm the one that's tricked.
Okay.
But if I'm spending my money and you just keep on eating it up and loving me, and now you allow me to do whatever I want to you, to a point where you really have no moral standards for your own self, because my standards come before yours, you're the trick.
Okay.
See, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't like to blend.
But it still stems from
money.
the man spending money.
But this is
the
what
man spending money.
But this is what I
Not
was
the
saying.
woman taking it.
Yeah.
The man spending it.
And I agree.
So realistically, if he's worried or concerned about the amount of money or how much he spent or whether she is madly in love or not, right? Because love is free. You can literally give love for nothing. It's free.
Yeah.
Because unless you tie it to an action, right, which can also be free. It could be simply us sitting here and somebody goes and gets a fan and puts it on the floor, and now we love them, right? Because they provided cool air, right? Example. But if if a person is absent in the relationship, right, whether there's love attached or not, because it's really, she's not in love with this man. She is in like with what he does for her. She's not in love because the actions are not the same on both sides, right? It's a one-sided
I
relationship.
mean,
That's where the trick comes in. All she has to do is show up, and he keeps giving.
but that's not always true. And I think you're talking from a privileged point.
Okay.
Because there's a good percentage of men who don't spend money. There's a good percentage of women who I've personally come across that won't even allow you to spend money.
Yeah,
on
that's because they have independent woman syndrome.
Well, I mean, whatever it may be, we can.
Exactly.
I
That's
don't want to say they have independent woman syndrome. I think that they also don't want to be blurred with the women who are just want to come off as users.
Because they've been shunned and told that you're not supposed to use a man for his protection and being able to provide.
Well,
for
not
you.
no
You're
no
not
no.
supposed
Wait,
to
stop.
take his money.
Whoa, see, now I'm taking my words back.
Go ahead.
We're not gonna blend. We're not like I don't want to blend the lines, right? Now, some women want the protection and they want you to provide too, but they're not leading with that first. Some women that, especially women that I come across, they're leading with, this is what I, in a sense, bring to the table, right? This is what I'm capable of. This is who I am, and showing their real character, which we agree that most women don't, or most people don't. And showing their real character, they allow a person that they deem are valuable, because not every man they're gonna give that version of themselves to eventually decide, and then hopefully in a perfect world, is being reciprocated on both ends. So like. When I hear everybody's a trick, it's like, nah, certain men, and a good amount of men are tricks. But certain men, like there's men that I know that are rich that won't spend $1 on a woman until he finds out what she's really going to be about.
Until she gives him a reason to spend it.
But this is what I'm saying. So at that point, are you a trick? Or are you actually a smart investor? Because if I'm actually like, if I'm going to withhold whatever I got to give you, especially if it's more than what you have to give me. Right? Until I can kind of see what you're capable of. I don't mind investing into anybody. I think if you said most men are investors, I would say 1,000%. If you said every man is, I say 1,000%.
That's not going to get you 100,000 views.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'll say whatever you want me to say, but this is what we do. So
No, but
I know, but for real.
But you get what I'm saying.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
You're using a word that makes you more comfortable.
No, I'm using a word that has different principles.
For you.
No.
Has
and
a
definition.
A negative connotation. But isn't
No,
that what we're doing
guys,
in the
wait,
taboo
hold on.
in the taboo setting,
Do
right?
we want to argue about etymology
I
here?
don't want to argue at all.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that's not up.
But why? Argue and debate could be the same thing. It's just what you
I don't
placed
want to
on
debate
argue.
or argue. I want to
Okay.
come to a
Discuss.
satisfactory solution.
Real quick.
The
This is
question.
nice
I just told you I'm a high school dropout. You
think
can't
that
get too tricky on me.
What I think,
I didn't
and,
what does
and
that
correct
mean?
me if I'm wrong.
She'll reword it.
I really think what she's trying to say, you already kind of touched the pace on the answer. And what I'm gathering is like, how does someone basically accomplish the type of relationship style that they want? Like, how do they, I guess,
be desirable to a
Like they
upper
bring
echelon?
everything to the
that,
table.
to that exactly, like,
So we did touch on this, and it's about not showing up as a representative, standing in your truth, knowing where you're at, but also a blueprint and a map out of where you want to go. If you give this man a plan, he now has a purpose to invest in. But if you show up and say, I want to start a business, what's the first question? If I said to you, you and I are dating, we're out on a date, and you say, so what do you do? And I say, well, right now I'm a doctor, but I really want to start my own business.
Yeah, but like,
What's the next thing out of your mouth? What's the first question you ask me?
The first question I'm going to ask is, what business?
What business?
Yeah,
And most women stop there because they don't know what business.
No, they be like, I'm on a boutique and I want
to sell here.
I want a boutique.
What?
See, I want is a deadly disease. I want is a deadly disease because we always want, but we never will. Meaning we want a boutique where? I don't know.
Wait,
How much
so-
is the storefront? I don't know.
Wait, people just
E-commerce.
say I want to start a business with no concept or idea.
It just
or
sounds like
Abs-
a
it
good
just
idea.
sounds
No,
good.
like
absolutely.
I just want to. You
wanna
don't
start a
know
business.
what
Absolutely.
business.
Correct.
You have no background.
Correct.
You have.
Or even
you
if
just
they
say,
do
I
have
wanna
an
even
start
do
a-
the work.
idea,
They say,
they don't have.
I want a man to buy me a
any of the
house. Where do you want to
information.
live? I don't know. How much is the house? I don't know. How many bedrooms does it have? Well, I don't know.
You know what my I
You like
get-
the idea.
You
of
know
it.
what
Are
I
you even prepared to go onto the car lot with credit, or do you just want a new car? If he's not buying it in full and he's going to finance that shit, the bank is going to laugh you out the building with your 404 credit score.
You know where I have a disconnect with is that I feel like if a woman, well, not if, because it has happened, but like a new question, I think, besides me asking what business, the best way a man needs to approach before he's going to invest into any woman, if the woman says, hey, you know, and especially as a new woman in his life, hey, you know, I want to start a business. Instead of asking what business, I would now consciously think about it. I would ask, what have you accomplished? Because I don't care
That's
what
the second question.
but that's the first, because what you've accomplished will shed light on what you're capable
That's
of.
the most important question, but that's
Yeah.
never the first one.
No, I'm saying, but that has
Yeah.
to be the. I'm just doing some reprogramming right
no,
now.
absolutely, 100%, 100%. And this is what I do with women.
But a lot of them never
the
even
brain.
accomplished anything.
I retrain the brain.
We
They
gonna
need to
tell-
buy
you-
the
you
book.
teaching them to lie.
By the book. No, absolutely not. I teach them I give them the tools that they need to actually take the step. They don't take the step because they don't want to. They take it because they don't know how to. Nobody's ever taught them how to start a business. What do I do first? I want a boutique. What do I do first? I have no idea. They'll sit there with 7,000 pieces in inventory and don't know how to actually ship the shit out. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody, because you know why? The people that we watch and emulate that are wearing all this fake shit on TV and whatever, we emulate these people. We want to be like them, but we have no idea that those people have a whole team behind them to help them get there. You know what I mean? The big names, the people that you follow, the influencers, myself. I have a whole team behind me, right? If I didn't, there's no way I would be here because there's things I do not know. I just hired a company to work with in my business that I've always been a one-man show. Hired a woman who's got a team of people behind her. It was the best decision I ever made because now I'm learning things that I never knew before. This robe is being worn right now because of her, because she taught me about branding the right way and about people seeing the girl in the robe. Nobody else is showing up in a robe on a pot. It's a brilliant. She's teaching me. You see,
But
I didn't know about these things before, so they weren't implemented. Not that I didn't want proper branding, not that I didn't want to show up like Keisha Kaur on Instagram, right? But I didn't understand how to do that within my budget and my bank account. Nobody is sharing that information.
So
They'll
what-
sell you the tea, but they won't tell you where it came from.
Okay, so I have so many questions now that I'm out of like my awe. Now reality's hitting me, Coach Lee.
Okay, talk to me.
I just want to hear the questions.
Well, there's a couple. So the first question I'm gonna ask is, okay, now, let's put you at this point, right? And I believe it, so I'm gonna say it. Where you're successful and you're well off in life, and to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of it initially stemmed with the investment of your man.
Okay. It did.
How do you repay him?
I eliminate all of the burdens in his life that he has right now. He's got a really hard job. He's in luxury design and construction. He builds some of the most beautiful buildings in the skyline in my city, right? And the most beautiful homes, ours included. And that's a hard job. And I know he's not happy because who wants to go to work every day versus this being your job? You know what I mean? This is literally my job. I get paid for this. I'm not here for free. Right? Just because you didn't cut me a check, the check is coming. I promise. Right? So I'm going to teach him how to do what he did for me for thousands of other women all over the globe and do it from a cell phone because he doesn't know how to do that. You understand?
So now,
So he taught me the things I didn't know how to do to build this from a cell phone because I knew that.
all right.
What he doesn't know is how to create that lifestyle for himself from a cell phone.
Coach,
Mhm.
marketing, just breathe, take a breath.
Yeah.
So, it's fair to say,
Yeah.
he's not a trick. He's a pimp. Because realistically, he taught you how to make money so he can stop working.
That's not why he taught me how to make money. He taught me how to make money so he would have to stop, so he wouldn't have to pay for all of the things that keep me alive.
But the end goal is
No, this is going to be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge.
that was a good fight. But you know what?
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
tell you like this.
I mean, without knowing my man, it would be tough, and that would be the assumption. But when you have a man like mine,
But he can't do his job forever, though.
providing, not unless I teach him how to do it like me.
Well, I mean, he has
Then
no
he
choice.
can put me on private jets versus fly on mine.
I hear you. Listen.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying,
So
but
the reciprocity is real, and if it's not real, then I mean, you could call it a pimp, you could call it whatever you
Sure,
want.
Yeah.
However, what you can't call it is broke.
Hey, I'm with it.
Can't say that.
But what I will say is that's gonna be the fine line between somebody who's a trick and somebody who's a pimp, and we're using it based off the terms.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because a pimp goes ahead and he makes up somebody. I'm not or she.
Right, but hold
it
on.
makes somebody make money.
A pimp creates the plan. That's why he gets paid. He does.
No.
He
No.
let
Stop
me finish.
it. Nope.
Let me finish.
I will not.
Okay, all right.
I will not.
All right.
A pimp provides opportunity.
The plan.
Opportunity.
He tells her what block to go to, what calls to take,
Sometimes.
how to take them.
Sometimes.
He may even take her to make sure she stays protected and get herself checked because he's probably smashing it too. Right? There's things that he puts in place. There's rules, regulations, what time you're coming in, when you're leaving. That is a pimp.
Not all the time.
A pimp is a process.
A pimp is not a process. Not all pimps have to supply structure for exact outlines to follow. And
That's
guys,
why they fail.
no,
Those are the pimps
no,
that don't really
no,
do well.
the pimps that do well, puts the person in position and allows the person to do what they need to do, and they know how to do it.
I disagree. My daddy was a pimp, so you can't tell me.
I'm a pimp, and I'm telling you,
I believe you, but
2022
I've never-
pimp.
I've-
Hold on, let me button up
What
my
are we
thing
saying?
up. No, I'm kidding. They
Like,
call me
listen,
Pimp Hundo
I'm
out
not
here.
even gonna. I'm not even gonna. No, but for real, my
like Rico.
father is Googleable. For real, Charles Purnell Riddick Sr. is Googleable. You can Google him. He was for real a big ass drug dealer, big ass pimp. Right now, I say that because if you understand the mindset of a pimp, it's to do less work, not to do more work, or he'd be out selling dick. Right? Because
Wow.
right, that makes sense. So
But he's
his
doing
goal,
more work though.
his goal,
Anyways.
his goal is to create a plan for these women. He don't just scoop them up and say, "Go get them, tiger." No, he tells them, or he has a person in place to tell them where to go, what time, how much to charge, what to bring back to me. He essentially is
He's
an
recruiting.
employer. Right? Because he has these women who work for him so he doesn't have to work. He reaps the benefits, he lives the lifestyle, but he doesn't have to do the work. The only thing he has to do is provide the plan to profit.
Yeah, but not all
That's it.
pimps have to micromanage is what I'm trying to tell you.
Absolutely, because they put somebody in place to micromanage.
Yep.
There's not a
Yeah.
single pimp without a person in place to keep everyone together and in
So
line.
when,
He's
listen-
an employer. He employs a manager.
He employs the manager.
okay,
Correct.
and then
correct.
guess what happens? He chills, and his investment, he gets his ROI. That's all. I'm just tying it in because
I don't know a single pimp without a fucking headache.
But hey, listen, I don't know
Not
a single
one.
Honestly, I don't know anybody.
Because it takes a lot to manage.
I
all
don't know
those women.
Anybody without a headache.
I ain't got no headache.
Oh shit! Well, you must consider yourself blessed.
I am abundantly blessed.
One
highly favored.
percenter, right there, with no
Yeah,
headaches.
I don't have no headaches. You know
Shit.
why? Because I'm a solutionist. I don't look to search and seek out the problems and the issues. I look to seek out the solution. And when you match up with somebody who's also a solutionist, we're not arguing on the couch and we've disagreed.
So my question is, do you think your man gets headaches?
Absolutely. That's what I'm going to eliminate for him. Remember? My pimp.
She said, "Remember, I said that."
So
Yeah, I
so
did.
all
Yeah, I'm gonna eliminate that for him.
I'm gonna say is,
That's what I
all I'm
told
gonna
the girl,
say is-
the woman I was sitting with earlier.
Yeah.
Kayla, I literally said to her, excuse me, Kayla. I was like, what's her name? I said that to her. I said, she's painted this picture of exactly what she wants in her future in the next year. It's like all mapped out to a T, right? And whether you
and me the
agree
same, Rico.
or not,
I'm
right?
like,
Whether you agree or not is irrelevant. As long as she chooses to eliminate his barriers and burdens, she will be a wife by next year. If she eliminates his headaches, okay, and what hurts, if she helps what hurts, she will be a wife by next year, because he's going to evaluate and say, these were her stipulations that she set from day one. She set the expectation already. I'm either going to decide that she's elevated me, right, to the point where my headaches are gone. Men don't want a woman that can do the things they can pay for already. They can pay for meal prep. They can pay for a clean house.
Stop
They can
quoting
pay
me,
for-
man. Stop quoting me.
I was just
Oh,
about
that's
to
you?
say Rico
24.
has said this on our
24, 25.
on our episode of what women bring to the table.
Right.
He's like, I can pay for this, I can pay for that.
No,
I can
you
pay for
can.
that.
You can. And men don't give a shit about. There's too much opportunity out now when all you have to have is money to have solutions, right? So you pay for someone to cook and clean and do all those things. You don't need that. What you need is someone who's going to be fruitful in the relationship. And that doesn't always mean a businesswoman, right? It means a woman who eliminates the headaches. Because if we can fix what hurts, you will continue to help.
You know,
Oh, I
what's
thought that.
fruitful to let's take
It is subjective now.
no, of course, that's why I wanted
Fruitful
to
is
ask.
absolutely subjective.
Well, no, that's actually what I was gonna do. I want to take a second of this conversation to ask the panel, what is fruitful to you?
To me? Oh, I thought
I
we
was
were
about to
starting
say,
with
I was
everybody.
like, well, you
Amanda-
started with the word, so
Well, you and Amanda, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like, you know, I'm just asking because could be something insightful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So
And don't say money.
fruitful, no, it's not money. Don't be trying to frame my answers.
I'm just saying.
So look, fruitful is productivity and growth. If you are not being productive in the relationship, if there's not measurable action and success and a story, that means that we are purposelessly dating.
what do you mean in a story?
I was able to tell you about my man and how he built me and how we got to this point. That's a
Okay.
story, right? If he was just an ain't shit ass dude from wherever, there's no story. And if there is one, it's tragedy to tragicness. It's just there's no glory.
Traumatic
There's no
bonds.
right, traumatic
no
bond, yeah,
glory.
trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Right.
no
So
glory.
but if there's measurable success stories, if there's measurable change, if there is a measurement to the goals, now you never have to worry about being fruitful because you can measure, you can look at it, you can see it, you can feel it.
It's tangible.
Right? It's tangible. My man created the opportunity for me. He didn't write my business. He don't write my words. He don't participate in my business like that. He also owns 0% of my business as well. The topic of tonight is, are 80% of women chasing the 20%? And they are, because they are not in that realm of the 20% themselves. They don't qualify. Right? So because they don't qualify, they're now trying to date up, right? Instead of finding the man most willing, they're looking for the richest in the room. Those are the women that date the narcissist and end up in really sad, unhealthy relationships because they were chasing the money.
That say I'd rather cry in a Wraith than a Honda, you fool.
Yeah, I don't want to cry at all. How
Yeah,
about that? I want to
That's
sit
what
on
I
the
was trying to
beach.
say.
I know,
You're
I got
still
that.
crying,
I would like to
bozo.
cry
under
under
the
the
stars.
I don't want to
Like,
cry. Make
yeah.
me smile in my Honda. Hello.
Big doof.
Yeah, no, I
I
want
wanna
to
smile
I
under the
never
stars.
understood that.
Good. I'm
You said what?
I said I want to smile
I
under
like
the
that.
stars.
That's cute.
It's gonna be on the beach,
Yeah, I'm
not in the car.
I'm gonna put that on my merch.
But you didn't hear what I
Smile
said?
under the stars.
Wow.
No, what you said?
I
No,
said
what
it's
you
gonna
said?
be
What
on
you
a
said?
beach, not in a whip.
Not in a Rolls Royce.
I want to
See,
be.
you know
Crying
what?
the
The
stars
thing
in
is, those
Coney Island.
No.
Amanda, you gonna
Why
let
is
him
he
take
like
them
this?
I
shots?
don't even know how to
Why is he
respond.
like
Like, just
this?
leave me alone. Like, you
leave me alone.
you
It
never
wasn't-
let
it
me
wasn't-
have
it wasn't
anything.
His
to-
turtleneck
it wa-
is too tight.
I know.
I'm
Rico,
choking.
you're
I'm
bullying.
choking. All right. I'll pass out in 30 seconds. Just let me be.
With his ankles all out.
Rico look like he's
Can we
ready for
zoom in?
Aspen.
28
Can we
more
zoom in
minutes.
on his
Yo,
ankles,
so
please?
listen. That's on my to-do
Can we
list.
catch the ankles?
That's what you look like. You ready to go to Aspen?
Yeah.
I'm ready for Aspen. You know what I'm saying?
You ready for the flood?
Nah. I got snow boots that match.
So yeah, women are not qualified to date the kind of men they want to meet. And if you
Yeah.
want to meet a rich man, you have to elevate who you are in order to date different.
Facts.
And there's there's no roadmap for that up until now.
And the key word is who you are, not what you have.
Yes.
I know for sure.
So like,
Yeah.
and that's the
Absolutely.
thing, and I think that's where a lot of people get confused because they try to upgrade what they have or where they're at, but they're still not upgrading who they are. So it can't
no,
be
they'll buy a
sustained.
condo that they can't afford. They will buy
the
shoes
bags, the
that-
shoes, and they'll make.
Well,
it
they don't
seem
really
like
buy
they're-
it. You think they
Listen,
buy it?
there is Chanel bags on the
creating this
floor of
persona.
42C right now.
Wait.
Somebody is living on floor
There's no judgment.
on
This is
floor
real life.
42
This is
in
real life.
apartment C, sharing
I
that
was like,
condo,
what?
sharing that penthouse with their best friend, and have Chanel bags on the floor because their closet didn't come with shelving. Like, to me, that's ass backwards.
I think you gave him too much with the penthouse. I was gonna
No, because that's what they're doing. Because they want you to see. Listen, I know people right now that are living this way and cannot afford
It's
their
not
lifestyle.
in the tri-state because a penthouse out here is far too expensive.
Listen, in Atlanta,
what it
it's
is?
everywhere.
In Atlanta, you could probably get one for
They'll get an
5 bands.
apartment
Atlanta.
with
I was
like
about to
really
say.
Atlanta's
tall,
cheap. A
Yeah,
penthouse
they get
ain't really.
almost floor
Yeah.
to ceiling
No,
windows.
they'll get
almost.
literally homes that cost $4,000 a month, split that shit with their best friend, and then turn up on a bunch of dudes to get a couple dollars from this one, couple dollars from this one, and put their rent money together.
You know what's crazy? Like
That's real. That's
that
real
only
life
exist-
for majority of women. And I used to look at these influencers like, wow, I want to be like that. Until I realized that bitch was homeless.
Well, she wasn't homeless unless she was in Jersey and New York, maybe
mean,
L.A. In Atlanta,
homeless.
in Atlanta, it don't take much for you to get money.
I mean, that's
So you can afford a penthouse for $4,000 in Atlanta. This is crazy.
yeah,
Well,
they got
no, they
penthouses.
they make it look good.
Yeah, they do.
Like I'm telling you, there's this one influencer I know. Like her apartment looks so nice, but it's only because she takes all her content and her pictures in this one area where
Angles.
she has like a large window, so it looks like floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
But it's Flatbush.
Yeah.
It's,
And being
they
an
be cool. They be
influencer,
wanting to be like them.
everyone, who's they?
Not.
I love it.
Sorry, I
You was-
missed what you said, so I'm asking. for
You didn't
clarity
say nothing
before I
about we,
come.
but you said something about they.
Okay, no, well, I'm just asking for clarity before I come.
Yeah,
before
there
I
you
come
go.
for you.
Say hello, Alan.
Slide it over. Just slide it over.
What are you trying to do?
You like that kid in trouble in school. One thing y'all gotta understand about me is I live off the direct approach and ain't no shame in my game. I tell you who I am, what I expect, what I want, and what I demand. And if you do not meet those requirements, you can keep it moving. And I'm saying, so if I want to wear my ankles out, I'm gonna wear my ankles out.
Listen, with these
You
pants,
tied that in with the ankles?
you could probably
I
part.
thought he was going somewhere else.
You could probably part the Red Sea with those. Them probably work just like.
I've already did
I
that.
bet.
What do you think? This is my like 10th
bet.
life here.
Lonnie said, "Show YouTube your ankles." Where's YouTube?
Which one's YouTube? Which
Gotta
one is
put-
that's camera or that camera?
Raise your leg. Just raise
I
your
did
leg.
already.
If he raised the leg, his knee is coming out.
Oh, YouTube can't see it.
His
That's why.
kneecap is coming clean out the bottom of them pants if he raised that up too high.
Listen, guys, if you dress
But it
like
looked good
me,
though. You pulled it
listen.
together.
No, it's a good fit.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
First of all, listen, y'all not going. I know it's a good fit. Before I even came out the house,
He was raving about it.
Thank
from-
you.
Since he walked
You know what I'm
in.
saying? So,
Yeah,
fellas.
I can't wait for y'all to see my live
Yeah, I saw
fit.
the last
live
look. I'm
fit.
glad you cleaned up. I'm glad you cleaned up.
Oh, my last one.
Yeah. The last look wasn't bad, but it was.
I
it
was
was
ready for
giving,
war.
It was giving. I want to fight. Yeah, it was giving. It was giving. Cash me outside.
If not, it was giving me catch me right here.
Nah, it's giving on the block.
What's up?
Come on, I was here. I had a long day. You see? It was a red one too.
Oh, but yeah, you look like potential.
Get you a.
This is like Thanksgiving.
Y'all gotta get.
He looks like
This
he's
for
going
Thanksgiving.
skiing. That's what he
you
looks
fucked
like.
up. This should have been Thanksgiving.
That's the Aspen.
Nah, I got a better one. But get y'all a man that could do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You right. No, you right.
Get y'all a
You
man
right.
that could do both.
You
Get you
right.
one that could look like, oh, he not playing, and oh, he's sophisticated.
Yeah.
Depending on my mood and depending on, you know what I'm saying, what I want
This
to
would give both if the ankles.
I was about to say sophisticated, and then
Oh, y'all don't like ankles up?
I mean, not that much ankle. That's calf.
Because I'm sitting down. That's why.
Shins.
When I stand up, it's right
Not the
above.
shin.
It's
Right.
above.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you know, when
Okay,
you
fair
sit
enough.
down,
We'll
yeah.
give you that. We'll give you
if
that.
we at the dinner table, who really looking at my ankles now?
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
You looking
No, I
at
get
you know what I'm
it.
saying,
I
that
get
Ocean
it.
Prime steak. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might like a little bit of
Is he spending?
Who, me?
You
No.
said Ocean Prime. I just heard
I'm not
Ocean
gonna lie.
It's
Prime.
like money.
I spend on
Sounds like an
I
expensive
spend
steak.
on my girl. I
Yeah, I was
definitely
like,
do.
he's been
I would
capping.
not lie.
He's
and
a spender.
She'll be the first one to tell you like that nigga be spending.
So let me say,
But
did you when you took her out on the first date, where'd you go?
She took me out on the first date,
Mm.
and we went to a place called Firefly in Los
And
Angeles.
she paid for it?
And she paid. It was actually her.
disgusting.
No, it's not. That's
Oh
what
no,
got
he
her
was
a baby.
in her city.
That's like a crime.
She did.
Well, what really happened
She
was
said that's
Like
a
you
crime.
on not on her part, on your behalf.
nah, hell no.
Yeah, nah,
No,
friend.
Rico's
Nah,
super
you
okay
need
with
to-
this, and he also wants a woman to propose to him.
Yeah, but let's not go off on a
What
tangent.
the
We're,
f-
we're gonna tackle
I'm just
this
saying
one by
that's
one.
the kind of guy you're dealing with.
Okay,
right
so
now.
so hold on, right?
Let's start
This
one
your
by
friend. This your friend.
one by one, man.
Get your friend. Get your
That's my
friend.
friend.
No, but for real, it's because the gesture. It's not the money.
Who?
It's
Wait,
the
what?
gesture
Of her?
of you not pulling out your pocket and watching. So let me just say it like this: no shade, right? But my man would never. He would never take me anywhere and let me pull out my wallet because he feels as though a man is to protect and provide. He lives by those two rules. So when you take a woman out and you're courting her for the first time, especially, it should be the gesture that you provide that pays to put food in her belly.
No shade. Your
No,
man
okay.
can never do what I do. So
Okay.
so with that
What
being
does that mean exactly?
like I could like in a sense where I don't need to pay the first date to show what I'm capable of.
Okay.
I like a first date, second date, or third date is not a requirement. I mean, it does not dictate if I can or can't provide and protect. I really firmly believe that.
So we're supposed to wait 3 weeks and waste our time before we
No, I
determine
didn't say that at all.
So how many dates does it take?
What do you mean? I'm
Like
just.
you said, you don't have to in the first 2, 3, 4
I
days.
feel like
So
the
what
women
is
the women that I actually go on a date with are not fools, and they know what they see and they know what it is. So they're
Do you think that's because you have a representative?
no. I think that who I am and what I am is.
But how would they know that if they don't know you and they're dating you for the first time?
I mean, have you ever heard of? There's many different reasons, but let's go
Okay.
with intuition. Let's go with good judgment. And I feel like the people that I typically invest in have great judgment, which is
Okay.
why I typically. And I said this here at 8 at the table. I have never dated seriously.
Right. Okay.
Seriously, a bad woman.
Mhm.
I've picked, even though I've only had 4 relationships in my life,
Mhm.
and 3 of them didn't last. Some of them partly my fault.
Mm-hmm.
They were all good people. They were
Right.
all good women, and they all have a lot going for themselves, and have
Right.
obtained a lot of success for themselves with or without me,
Right.
or with or without the man that they're currently with. So, the women that I have picked, I have good judgment with, and the women that have picked me in return,
Mhm.
they have good judgment with.
Okay.
So, with all of that being said, I feel as if you're a very conscious, smart, aware individual,
It does take that.
you
don't
know
disagree with
you
that.
know who you're sitting across from,
That's fair.
and you know what it's gonna require, and you know what you're signing up for. Now, yeah, she paid on the first date, but I paid for many more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, she won. But at the end of the day, if I would have paid for the first date, I probably would have treated her like a lot of first dates. So she already stood.
I think that's really based upon your prior experiences.
Well, no, I mean, I just
I
think
mean, it is.
no.
Because when you say, if she wouldn't have paid for the first date, I probably would have treated her like every other first date.
Mhm.
That's you literally saying because she paid, she made it this far, which
No.
really isn't the case,
No,
right? That's really not why she got to this point.
Nah, but I respect initiators and go-getters. That's why I said, what have you accomplished?
It was something unlike anything you've experienced before.
Well,
It hit different.
it hit different.
Mhm.
Not because she
knew
paid, though.
your pain point.
No. It's not because she paid, though.
She knew your pain point, and she eliminated the headache. Your pain point is all these other women I come out of pocket for, or I felt obligated to. If she knew you and she knew who she was sitting across from, she did her homework. She didn't just sit with a stranger.
You know what happens? This
Mm-hmm.
is what happens when you have experience with a lot. Well, first of all, to my girl, my girl's from Los Angeles.
Mhm.
So she's not around a lot of struggling, starving, or newly rich people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the game is different.
Right.
So as a woman, most of these LA women they just want to take.
Mm-hmm.
So if she really wants somebody that she knows has something, she knows she
Mhm.
can't take initially because she needs to separate herself from the other bunch.
Correct.
So it wasn't that it was a pain point because there was no pain. It's not like our date was $1,000, $10,000.
No, I don't mean pain on her part. I
Yeah.
mean pain on yours.
No, I'm saying it wasn't a pain point for me either.
I mean, the pain point for you is all of these LA women are. You literally just said it. You said
Yeah, but I'm not
most
dating
of
them.
these. No, because you're dating her, but you've dated them. You've
No, I have
courted
not.
women. You've taken them out.
No.
You've never dated.
Not in LA.
Besides
I'm
those
saying,
4 people.
I'm talking about them LA women. No,
Okay,
I
so
did not
you
fuck with
don't.
them.
This is what I'm saying. But you've categorized those LA women as this type of woman, and now here this woman comes from LA on a whole different wave, on a whole different vibe. She eliminated the pain point, which is your perception of these LA women.
I think that you're confusing pain with willingness, and I want to go back to that.
Okay.
She showed me her willingness.
Okay, fair enough. I ain't gonna argue with
A
willingness.
$300 pain. There's no pain in $300. No offense to anybody.
There's pain in pulling out your pocket when you're on a first date with a man.
But there should never be.
Unless she intentionally, unless she had a plan,
Maybe.
purpose.
Well, she's
which
still
was-
here.
But this is what I'm saying. But that's
plan
why
is-
she did it. She did it
Yeah.
because she said,
Well-
I have a plan.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Our first date, wasn't on the first day we met,
Not that
right?
simple.
So we had met a couple days
It's not that
prior.
simple.
Huh? What happened? We met a couple days prior, right? So like that day, she probably had a lot of analyzing and assessing going on.
Mhm.
And then after that day, obviously we were still.
So did you
communicating.
guys have conversations and stuff? You guys talked about things before you went on that date?
Yeah, but it was like briefly through text messages.
Okay.
I was in LA for filming,
Okay.
and
Did you mention at all to her why you don't date in LA or
no,
your
No.
previous experiences or none
No.
of that? It was
'Cause
just flirtatious.
listen, I'm trying to tell you, see, the thing is this, there's a lot of guys out here that have to lead with money. They're forced to.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
was not ever one of those. It does not matter.
That's because you have a face, friend.
No.
Not everybody has
Not
a face.
just- no.
Let me keep it real with you.
Wait, I'm not done.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you talk.
It's not, and I do have a great face, but it's not just the face.
You didn't
Looking
have
dudes-
those two front
Obviously.
teeth that look like they do. If they were missing, you would have to pull out your pocket.
What I'm trying to say, Coach,
Mm-hmm.
is that as a man, because now I'm about to have to put you in the coach game
Come
for the
on now.
man.
Come
There's
on.
a lot of good-looking men that probably can't still accomplish what I accomplished,
Okay.
right? And I ain't gonna throw no names out there,
Mhm.
but one of my good friends is a Cancer. It's just a girl,
Mhm.
and she's talking about this dude that she's talking to, who she feels looks great, is fit, blah 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 blah, but he's a bozo. So because he's a bozo, he does not qualify.
Right.
So what I'm saying is more to the face. A woman could look at a man and see where he's going to, well, what she wants, obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I believe a lot of women can look at some men and say, okay, you know what? He has this going on, he has that going on, and do the math and see where he will be and see where he's going.
No, women don't think like that.
Nah.
They fall in lust. They like you because you're cute. I'm sorry.
Women don't pay because you're cute,
They
though.
like you. Yes,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
do.
Hell no.
Yes, they
Hell
do.
no. Women
Yes,
do not
yes, they
pay
do.
because you're
Yes,
cute.
yes, they
Well,
do.
I'm not gonna lie. I pass it.
I don't pay.
Absolutely.
See, I don't pay.
either. But
So how cute-
I have plenty
so-
of students that I can 100% say.
They're
women
from
pay.
Atlanta.
Just
They
like men
that don't
pay for a
count.
piece of pussy. I'm actually
Down
I'm
south.
actually from Pennsylvania.
That's
actually.
worse. Stop it.
Actually-
That's even. worse.
I'm
They don't
actually
even-
from Pennsylvania.
in
They see
Pennsylvania, they
men for what they look like, and if they got a chain or if they got
I didn't even have
another little aspect of attraction, and that's what they fall in like with.
Yeah, but not enough to say, yo, you know what? Let me take you out on a date.
Yeah, they do. They do the fucking most.
Well, I've never.
They do much more than
Well,
that.
look, as a man who looks good, I've never had that, and I've had.
That's because you're not an ugly nigga.
No, I just
Ask one of your
you didn't hear what
friends.
I just said. You
Ask-
didn't.
ask one of your ugly friends.
Now is when
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna lie,
listening.
she is
to
giving
listen.
some game, Rico. Your face card gets you
It does.
places.
Yeah, he's
How about
just
this?
too pretty to even admit that shit.
How about this? Let's be real. There are dudes who may be good looking
Mm-hmm.
that can get a woman to pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the first date because they have more than that. I don't know what it may be. some of them come up with this. Some of them lie. I got friends that are great liars who mix that with the good looking, and a woman will buy a dream.
I'm telling you that it doesn't really go beyond the good looking. That's why women fall for bozo ass men that are good looking.
I mean, maybe
That's why they end up in relationships with dirtbags who look good as shit.
dirtbags
And got good dick and come home every once in a while. And they're okay with that
That went a
because you're
little bit
not
too
a
far.
7, you're a 10. And so your face gets away with, what did you tell me? You think that doesn't apply to women? You literally told me a 10 can get away with what a 7 can't.
I did say that, but I feel like it's
Then
way
we dropped it to a 5, right?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
4 or 5.
But like, see, it's like the difference is between men and women is.
If you didn't have no teeth in your mouth, she wasn't paying for that date. I
if-
promise you.
First of all, if no woman had teeth in their mouth, I'm not paying for a date.
I mean, I'm just
so,
saying.
No, that goes both ways. We're not
All
going
right,
to use.
so
we're
let's
not
say
gonna,
you're shaggy.
No.
Let's say you don't have
No, we're not
the
going to. First and
look.
foremost, most times for a man to even look decent, it costs way more than a woman to look decent. Let's not get this confused.
I don't disagree.
A woman could go out in a Fashion Nova dress that cost them $8.
This is Fashion
Fashion
Nova,
Nova
baby.
heels that cost them $12, and they got a $20 outfit that they can go
Absolutely.
to any restaurant.
Absolutely.
A man might have to acquire some type
Yeah.
of expense.
Absolutely.
So he has to walk with some type of expense. Shit, look, I'm not gonna lie. I got hair. You know how
Oh, you know I was gonna say
how
that?
much
Take off the
you know
dreads.
how much it costs for me to upkeep just my shit. Like,
Absolutely. I don't disagree.
so when you look at me, this is why I'm saying, like, some men could get it off. I'm not saying that they can't. But when you look at me and you look at where we're at, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in Pennsylvania. I'm not in Atlanta. I'm not in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I'm in an area where there's a lot of well-off people. And I'm keeping my, you know what I'm saying, my appearance together. My appearance is deemed to be valuable off rip. You know what I'm saying? And how I carry myself, which will show you a lot about a person. There's a lot of women that look good, and I said this here, I ate at the table, she looked great. I brought a girl out, she looked great. She said, can you remind me what filet mignon was? Okay? That automatically told me, you know what, you don't belong here. You understand? So there's a level of experience in luxury that allows you to align with as a man to even appear as luxury.
Okay.
That's a skill that most men don't have, which is why they can be a dirtbag. They can shop at the, you know what I'm saying, Forever 21 and maybe pull it off. But
So check this out, right? If
no shade to Forever 21, y'all are dope.
if I
Yeah.
And Fashion Nova, y'all are
if
dope
our
too.
friend didn't have the face card, right? Let's say he kept it.
goes
Let's say he
down,
looked
goes
just
like
like
a
this.
heat
He looked just
stroke.
like this. Let's say he show up just like this, but he's wearing basketball shorts and a white t-shirt. Do you think that out of 10 women, 8 of them would still not be attracted to him and try to figure out who he is with no jewelry on, with no fresh sneakers on, with none of that? Because you simply have a look. It's the same reason why men fall for beautiful women who ain't shit.
Yeah,
It has a lot less to do with that and more to do with listen, we giving you a face card. Just accept it.
No, because the thing is, and look, to my credit, I could show you some pictures that I be posting. And if y'all see pictures of me when I look crazy, there's no face card involved. so what?
man.
What
Don't
is
look at me that
crazy?
way.
Yeah, what is crazy? And how can you take
confused.
away a
You can't.
face card?
You can, because and that's the thing. Like, I think that, I mean, no, not for nothing. Some men might get it off, and just like some women might get it off. They do have like natural looks, right? But like, if my hair is crazy and I don't got no money to get it, if a man could
You'll
be.
still get a date.
No, I
Thank you,
promise
Rico.
At the table. This has been great. Coach Lee, shout out Coach Lee. She's lit. She got a book coming out. Make sure y'all go support her. Go tell them where you can
Yes.
find them at.
Sweet to Elite everywhere on every platform, sweet2elite.com. Check me out if you're ready to work directly with me and make an investment in yourself. DM put me in coach on all platforms and go buy the book, B.
Buy the
Stop
book.
struggling. Go buy the book.